This is an in-ear monitor system I built for my band. We're a 6-piece band, so there's 6 transmitters, 6 receivers. I've got a digital mixer, and we've got a snake and a splitter that we set in the front of house, and it works really well for us. Every band member has an app on their phone so they can adjust what they're hearing in their ears, whether it be either one of the vocalists, either one of the guitars, bass, keyboard, and we practice with an electronic drum set, and that is sent into our ears, and it works really well for us. So I'll get this opened up, and we'll get in here a little closer, and I'll show you how everything works. Allen and Heath CQ-18T digital mixer. This is all controlled via Wi-Fi through this little antenna. It has a built-in Wi-Fi router, and every band member has an amp on their phone, and every one of them can control their mix. This is the 6 in-ear mixes coming out of the digital mixer. This is everything going into the mixer. Everything going into the mixer goes through a 16-channel splitter. This is a Seismic audio 16-channel splitter. This is everything going in. So we've got vocals, guitar, bass, keyboard, the electronic drum set. We use an electronic drum set for practice. We can run backing tracks for practice and clicks for practice. When we go live, we will mic the kick, the snare, and overheads, and anything else on the drum set we want to. Now, the in-ear system is made up of the Allen and Heath digital mixer, right? We got the splitter we just talked about. Now, you'll need something to power it. This is an old Monster power supply. You could get any sort of power supply. I already had this one. Now, the transmitters are Phenyx Pro PTM 22s. We've got 3 double transmitters, right? Every band member has their own transmitter, and every one of these transmitters is supplied a signal from the digital mixer. So when we go play, everything we're hearing is coming out of these transmitters. Everything that's going to front of house comes out of the back of the snake. Now, this is a splitter. So 16 of these are going into the digital mixer, and other 16 are coming out of this cable. So we've got 16 coming out. Now what this is an 8-channel extension snake, because we only need to run 8 to front of house. So this is, if we're using electronic drums, we can send electronic drums, but guitars, bass, both vocals, keyboard is all going to front of house. That's how the system works. Now, looking in the back, these are some suggestions I have for you. The colored cables are nice. When everything's black in here, it's hard to see where everything's going. This is helpful to make sure if something gets unplugged, we can probably sort out where everything's supposed to go. Now, I've got, with masking tape, I've got them marked on the back, and I have them marked on the front, and also they're marked on here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and everybody knows what they are in their phones as well. Now, when you're playing live, you're on a dark stage, I suggest getting a cheap light. This is just a cheap light. It's magnetic. I stick it up on the bottom of the power supply. I can turn it on. I'm trying to find something. A lot of times, well, all the times, this is full of guitar cables, full of XLR cables. I have our microphones. It's usually stacked about this high full of equipment. So it's nice to have a big rack. You could save some money building this if you bought a smaller rack. But I'm telling you, it's nice to have this because all the cables are all in here. Got a $29 case. This is all of our body packs. These are all of our receivers. They're marked with the channel they're on. So number 6 is Levi, and he's number 6 in his application that's on his phone. These things eat batteries. So the alkaline batteries, I have some in here for spares, but get some good AA's and get yourself one of these chargers. They're pretty cheap, like 19, 20 bucks. That's a lifesaver, saves us a ton of money. When we first started out in the band, we had 4 body packs, and I didn't have this transmitter. 2 of the band members, the drummer and the keyboardist, we had them wired. To save us some money, we were using wired ones. I do not suggest buying these F-Zone headphone amplifiers. These are absolute garbage. Do not believe the reviews. Don't do this. They are only in here for backups if we desperately have to use them. So here's the cost breakdown of the whole system. The Allen & Heath CQ-18, that's the digital mixer, it was $1,200. You'll have to pay another $100 to get the rack mount. That are these steel ears right here. They screw to the side of the mixer and bolt to the top of the rack. You'll have to get those. You can't find them cheaper than $100. These Phenyx Pro PTM 22s, which are these transmitters, they're $264 a piece. We've got 3 of them. The Seismic Audio Snake, the snake and the splitter, it was $230. Now, I suggest getting the Seismic Audio cables as well. These 6 cables, those are these 6 colored cables right here. Get good shielded cables for that. And they're 3 feet long, they work perfect. This case, this 12U, whatever you call it, this case was $340. It's about as cheap as I could find it. Fine, they're not the best. It's pretty heavy duty. It works for us. The power supply, I don't remember what I paid for it, but you're looking at $100 to $300 to get a decent power supply, and you're going to want to get a good power supply. You need good clean power for everything. The snake extension, you don't need it. That's this snake extension that we're running up the front of house. You don't need this, but that was $78. And I have spare antennas because we don't have an antenna combiner yet. I have spare antennas taped up in here just in case we need them, $8. So in total, system that I've showed you is $2,987. That's minus the headphones. Everybody in the band bought their own headphones. I'm not including the prices of those. And that's really about it. You could do it for $2,800 if you found a good deal on a power supply, and you could probably knock another almost $300 off if you're only a 4-piece band. We're a 6-piece. So a 6-piece band under $3,000, I feel that's a really good deal. So this has been my down and dirty video on how to build a budget in-ear system for your band. I think it's a really good deal for being able to build something like this for under $3,000, and it's semi-professional grade stuff, I would say. It works really good. The only thing I didn't include in the final price was the actual headphones themselves. I leave that up to the guys and the gal to buy their own headphones, and those are priced anywhere between $20 and $300 depending on what you want to get. I've got the Z12 Pros off Amazon. They sound decent, they work for me, and everything's been working out. So I really hope this helps bands get into being able to build their own in-ear monitor systems. It's been great for us. It really helps out our live show. We can hear everything, and you don't have to worry about wedges blaring in your ears. You can adjust everything on your phone, turn everything up and down. It just works really great. It's really been great for our band. So I really hope this helps out and gets others into building their own in-ears. It just helps keep everything tight, and it just works really well. My main suggestions when you build it, to make sure you use high quality cables between the digital mixer and your transmitters. Don't have a bunch of cables looped up. Keep everything separate. Try to keep everything as far away from the power supplies, and don't have it touching the coax cables to these antennas. Try to keep everything apart. Keep all the runs nice and straight. That'll keep all your signals good and clean. We've had a little bit of issue with signals with using cheap cables. Just don't do it. Just spend a little bit of money, get the good cables. And that's about all I have. So really hope this helps out. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'm really good about responding. And we'll catch you guys later, so rock on.